Dude, how do you have both blankets wrapped up in a ball and then what you doing? Just came tuck in, buddy. You're sleeping all weird. Like, didn't mean to wake you up, but you got your covers off.
Delicious.
Told you I get them cheeks.
We're live.
We're doing it live.
Boom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let me get my shit straight here. That.
You get your shit straight, Ashtray. Get it straight.
Are you getting camera, boy? We're live.
You just called me boy.
You're right, I did.
This nigga just...
I apologize. I forgot. You don't like to be called boy.
Yeah, no black person does. What the fuck you mean? I forgot.
Yeah, you better get on camera, boy. What's wrong with that, man? All right. Extreme racism check.
Is this just gonna be you fucking stumbling this whole time, Ashtray?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. He's on a mushroom.
Fuck, man. Mushrooms
Yes.
probably wasn't the greatest idea when you're hosting.
That'll be fine. I was waiting on Teddy. All right.
Wait, no shit, nigga. Let's go.
Okay. In this episode of the Red Eye Report, we're discussing Kratom. It's a herbal powder that is not in the mainstream and tastes like shit. Much like Flesh God Apocalypse.
Ooh.
Oh, you motherfucker.
All right, speaking of Flesh Gods, with us tonight we have Mystic. He's the guy without a webcam. He had one years ago, but his body's mass has expanded so much now it encompasses it like a poor white man's Akira. Lord knows what happened to his family. But he still has internet, so someone's alive in there.
He is the internet.
Was that a Kira joke because you watch Rick and Morty?
Fuck, because I saw Akira when I was a kid. I think everybody knows Akira.
Yeah,
Anyway.
asking, bro. Calm down, you racist fuck.
This was
Teddy thinks he's like
Jesus
the elitist
Christ.
anime guy here.
Yeah, you don't own
No,
the
that
Japanese
is not-
people, man.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what the fuck
Other
I'm
people
saying. If you
know
watch
of
Rick and Morty-
Akira.
Shut the fuck up and let me talk, goddammit. If you watch Rick and Morty, the new episode of this fucking thing, it was a lot to do with Akira. That's why I was. That's why I said it.
Okay.
Yeah, the new season just started. The first episode had a lot to do with Akira. That's why I was asking.
All right.
That's why I made the Akira joke.
Allowed you to defend yourself.
Are
and
we going to
explain
continue
stuff.
with the
I
intro?
know, right? I don't know why we're getting interrupted. by fucking Teddy.
Dude,
Next to him, we have Teddy. All week, people have been coming up to him and congratulating him for getting back on his feet. And, oh, it's good to see you walking again. And, you really should put your seatbelt on.
Oh, it's a Kevin Hart joke. Fuck
He's
you.
getting real tired of telling people he's not fucking Kevin Hart.
Oh.
Teddy still ruined it. He's
Yeah, he
still
deflated it,
fucking...
right? Fucking stuff.
You see it coming a mile away. It's a Kevin Hart joke. Nobody tells me I look like Kevin Hart because I look better than that motherfucker. Okay? Just keep it moving.
Probably 2 inches taller, too. All right. Then we have Oracle.
Yeah, where it counts.
Just look at him.
Yep. Bask in the glory.
And I'm Ashtray. And my co-host tolerate my mental illness for a government check.
Barely.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
It's not a good
Classic
check.
Ashtray intro, folks.
Right?
You saw it here
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Stumbling and fumbling for the masses. All right. I am the only one who takes notes, though.
The masses.
So, Kratom. You guys, all three of you never heard of it?
Nope.
The
No,
masses.
but have you tried? You said it tastes like soap.
All right.
Never mind. I
It does taste like shit. It's like imagine like a powder. They describe it like taking a Lipton tea bag. If you were to rip that open and just like put those tea leaves in your mouth, like, it's going to taste like a dirt, dirt plant flavor. It tastes,
what does this stuff do to you?
It's a really fine powder. It actually, it has, it activates the opioid receptors in your brain, but it is not an opioid. It is actually, it's in the coffee family. Grows in Southeast Asia. It's a tree, and it has it's full of alkaloids, which coffees are as well. And they take the tea or the leaves and they dry them out. The thing is, I guess it takes like 5 years for the tree to get to the point where it has the mitrogyny, I think is how it's pronounced. Powder that the leaves get turned into this fine powder. It tastes terrible. It doesn't mix very well with water. Some people just make a tea with it. A lot of people will put it in capsules. You can buy, the thing is, it's legal in 44 states. So it's legal in the sense that in a lot of states it was it's just like not regulated. So you can get it at head shops, where it's fucking expensive when you buy it in pill form. Like you should really get it in the kilos, like all your drugs. So it affects the opioid receptors of your brain, but it is not an actual opioid plant. It's related to the coffee tree. It basically uses people use it for pain relief and inflammation. The thing is, the way it affects your brain chemistry is that with opioids, they're like pinpoint the opioid receptors. They're not really just for opioids, but we've just called them that because opioid family of drugs like targets those receptors. Like bam, gives you that euphoria and like your pain relief melts away. Problem with opioids is they go to the next region of your brain, which is the respiratory, and you have too much, you'll just stop breathing. Kratom, the mitrogyny molecule, just skips right past that part of the brain, doesn't do anything. You can't, in all the laboratory tests they've done, you can get addicted, but it's addicted to like when you get addicted to caffeine. If you've been taking caffeine a lot and then like you take a break and you have a headache, you might get that. But it also has this kind of benefit that like if you take too much, you actually just get nauseous and you'd throw it up. So you can't really overdose too much. You can't really, or you can't overdose. I mean, does your body void itself because it's in danger of it feel like an overdose, or does it just? Well, you take too much, you'll throw up. That's just okay. They so haven't the body won't let you. And even like when they give high concentrated doses to lab rats and stuff, they haven't been able, like they don't die. Okay. And the lab rats will also, on Kratom, they will, they do the same test, the like opioid test where the mouse can push the fucking levers. Yeah, just give me some more fucking opioids. Yeah. Where rats will get addicted and just keep hitting that lever. With the Kratom, they would hit it, but they would never get like addicted or keep taking it. They believe because it's like if you take too much, you just feel sick. So you don't.
What is this? Why would somebody want to take this? I mean,
for pain relief. It's also a lot of people are using it to get off of opioids because it helps alleviate the withdrawals of opioids. And it's also part of the bad press it's got recently is because in some people it's shown up in their blood stream, but after they die or in an accident. But they also don't mention. They fail to mention that. The person also had fentanyl. They also had opioids, and a lot of times people who are on that point of using stuff off the street for opioids, they want to try something to get off of it. So they're going to be taking the tea, but they might lapse. They have a relapse where they go back to heroin, even though they had their fucking Kratom tea in the morning. and then
Right.
they overdose or get into an accident. The average user's age is about 30 to 50 years old. So it's, for the most part, it's used for relieving pain, but it also has kind of an alertness aid like caffeine. You don't really get jittery like caffeine, but there's 3 different strains that call them white. There's this one. There's white, green, and red. Red is used more for pain relief, because like you take that, it does feel like almost like a Percocet, especially like when I have really bad sinus congestion. Like you can actually
tried
feel.
all types?
I think I have tried the green, but I can't remember. That
That's
might
not
be
a good sign,
considered an in-between one.
Where are you getting this, by the way?
A friend of mine brought some of my most recent bags up. Otherwise,
So is it not
Because
legal?
it's
in your
illegal.
state?
It's illegal in Wisconsin,
you could,
right?
yeah, but you can go to Illinois and get it.
What about
Okay.
Tennessee? I'm pretty sure it's legal in the South too.
It probably is legal there. I should have the list.
Yeah,
But
tell
I-
us what the states are, because I would like to try it. Inflammation is the reason that my hip hurts so bad. The arthritis
yeah.
is inflammatory arthritis, so
Yeah.
I can't take NSAIDs, fucking ibuprofen, because of my fucking kidneys.
Yeah, let me Google here to see this. Give
But
me
if it I'll fucking take that shit.
Oh,
So do
yeah,
you
no,
take
you-
like pain? Can you take
this
pain
would totally
pills,
help you.
Mystic?
I can take Tylenol. That's
Oh.
it.
This might
That doesn't do
be-
shit.
this might be
It
Fucking
does if you take
godsend.
10 of them.
Tylenol. Fucking
Yeah, if
kill
you take 10 of them, it's gonna fuck my liver up, which I have
Yeah.
a problem with
Oh,
too.
that's
So I can only take 4 in one day,
Yeah, I got you.
which ain't gonna do nothing. It barely fucking.
let's
On
see.
bad days, man, I don't care what they say. I will take a fucking.
Travis says
ibuprofen.
Travis says legal in Iowa. He thinks, and that
Oh yeah,
and
you know.
sell it
Speaking
at-
of Travis,
They sell it
I
at
should just
CBD shops.
I should have it sent to fucking Travis. All right, red dot is where it's illegal. Wisconsin, Indiana, Arkansas, Alabama, and of course Vermont. Fucking Vermont.
Vermont?
Yep.
That's weird. Aren't they pretty
And-
progressive?
Oh, Rhode Island too. It's currently
God
banned in the state of
damn
Rhode
it.
Island.
What?
Fuckers.
There's pending legislation to make it legal.
Rhode
And it
Island's
may-
pretty
Well, I don't
progressive
see-
also. That's weird.
So what happened is that there's this recent, basically so the DEA is actually who decides what to
What's legal.
schedule
hmm
yeah.
any drug.
Of course. Yeah, what do we want to go after for money this year?
The thing is the DEA basically uses the recommendation of the FDA, or I'm sorry, the CDC. So it was the CDC had reported that like 91 people had, had deaths, died with kratom in their system, but it turns out only 7 of those people had only kratom, no other opioids. The rest of them had fentanyl and other
Right.
shit. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, it makes sense if they're people that are trying to get off of those things.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the 7 who only had kratom but no opioids, they also say the statistics are gathered, but we've seen those documentaries about coroner reports in small counties and shit.
Right.
Like how limited some of the toxicology
hmm
results probably are. So anyways, there was this like 9 people in Sweden or something. It's caused this big news thing that got people aware of it internationally. Like 9 people died, and they all had taken this kratom. I think it was called like kratom kryptonite or something. Turns out it was kratom, but it was also laced with some other synthetic
hmm
drug. And that's what fucking killed these people. The real problem is that some of these states where if there isn't because there isn't like federal what do you call it? Control like alcohol standards. Because there isn't any of that, you can have these places where they make this like think of those the fake synthetic marijuana shit like that. Like they'll mix kratom in there with that too, Scooby snacks.
Right.
And you have no idea what you're getting, and it's like, oh well, kratom may they show up in when you die, but you also had all kinds of other compounds.
Yeah, well, that's a huge industry.
Yeah.
In China, they have all these low grade, like pharmaceutical kind of chemists making your shit like your aspirin,
and they just tweak the.
Yeah, they tweak it because it's not illegal in China.
Now it's legal.
Right, now it's legal, and then they send it over, and they're always like, tweaking the shit. But it gets cut in with all the stuff. I mean, that's why fentanyl is such an issue. 30,000 people are dying a year in the United States from fentanyl.
Yeah. That's what people
that's super
trying to get off of opioids with kratom. And like if you go, especially on Reddit, there's a whole subreddit just about kratom, and there's a lot of stories of people talking about how it changed their lives. People even like if I could get it on a regular enough basis, like it might, maybe Ashtray wouldn't be an alcoholic. Maybe I'd only drink when I go out.
All right, well, let's not go that far.
Way
all right.
out into the weeds.
Yeah,
That's not gonna happen.
Dude, if this is a cry for help, I will fly up there and hang out with you, bro.
Shit.
Aliens existing.
I mean, really. If it's a cry for help, bro,
have I ever denied my alcoholism?
Aliens existing, Jesus coming back. These are plausible things, but you not being an alcoholic. Come on.
Hearing my alcoholism. Yeah. Okay.
Those mushrooms are doing a number on that brain, aren't they?
Making me one with the world.
It's not an ism if you enjoy doing it.
So yeah, it's legal in 44 states. This whole news story is what got the CDC or the basically it was the DEA was like, oh, we're thinking about scheduling it, and turns out this is the only drug that the DEA, because the American Kratom Association and all these people that came out being like, listen, we got millions of people use this all across the country. I can't remember. It was something like 2,000 metric tons every month are sold in the United States, imported. Crazy thing about this plant is that like it grows like a weed in Southeast Asia, and in some climates in Florida and stuff, you can grow it, but it actually does not produce the mitragynine compound. So like it doesn't have the health benefits. Yeah, it must be something with the soil.
Something in the soil or something.
And in Southeast Asia was another
maybe the air quality or something. Something's getting from the air over there or something.
Well, so it grows like a weed down there. They also in those countries have put palm oil. Instead of growing palm oil to sell that as a crop, a lot of them have starting to replace it with kratom, because I guess the real problem with palm oil is it just pulls all the nutrients out of the soil and just like wrecks the land, and then like nothing will grow there. Apparently the kratom trees, they grow like a weed, but they also they reinvest nutrients back into the soil, so they're self-sustainable in that sense.
So I had a question. You said something earlier there, like it triggers the opioid receptors, but it's not addictive. Isn't that one of the things in opioids that make them addictive, is that it specifically triggers those recepers? Well, on top of like the body dependency that it does, but isn't that one of that feeling?
That's the thing, is the opioid
triggers those.
You have to remember that opioid receptors can be triggered by things that are not opioids. And the opioids affect other parts of the brain that the kratom doesn't. It doesn't create that.
So it doesn't give the. It doesn't give
if anything, it would be just a psychological.
Yeah, that's what they, or at least
not physical.
Yeah, this guy. if you watch the Senate committee, they just had this hearing here in Wisconsin on October 30th. They had these experts talking, and this guy, Jack Henningfield, he is expert and has done research on this exclusively to where they found that I got derailed. Sorry.
Damn you, psilocybin.
Damn you, psilocybin.
Was there a bomb on the train or what?
Yeah, there's a gun in the back of my head. No, this guy, you watch this, it's probably more the weed. You watch this fucking guy.
I think it's more the shrooms, dog.
You watch this committee hearing, and it's gonna it's just nothing but a lot of people talking about how it's changed their lives, and they've got it in Utah, of all places, is where they had one of the congressmen who's been in politics like over 20 years there. They got it in Utah where he's like, listen, in Utah, it's either we go from a supermajority or to a super majority of Republicans. Like there's only 2 Democrats that get in there because of Salt Lake City. And they've basically put forth a structure to just the whole point is to make sure that what you get for Kratom is pure Kratom. It's not adulterated with anything else. Like this company here is Naturally Kratom. They are out of Austin, Texas. And their whole spiel in the back here is 0 mold, 0 yeast, 0 metals, 0 fillers. And if you get by the kilo, you can get a good kilo for around $130. This is kind of overpriced. This is only 4 ounces, but this is from like a head shop down in New Orleans. $30.
And how much do you take?
You take about I say a good dose is
I wouldn't go by
half a
doses.
tablespoon.
I would look up something
like
else.
2 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons, 4 teaspoons if you want like a real heavy dose. And the thing is, it's like, I've only felt, it's only the bad side effects. I felt nauseous if I took kind of too much. But other than that, it lasts maybe like
4 tablespoons,
4-6 hours. But especially if you're suffering from inflammation, or like when the red stuff, when I'd have my sinus infections and I just so congested up there, it's amazing how you could just feel within about a half hour. I mean, it takes about as long as if you're taking an ibuprofen or Advil. But it is quicker, they say anyways, if you just take the raw powder.
So how about the other colors? What do they do for you? There's the red for the inflammation.
Well, the red one's mostly for inflammation and pain, but red one also, like I've found like at work, if I take it, because I have like dealing with sinus issues, it'll help my sinus issues, but it also kind of, like a painkiller where it makes you kind of like, you get a little more drowsy. What's weird though, is that the white stuff actually gives you, it's more kind of like a focus upper, not really jittery like caffeine, but take some of the white in the morning before work and stuff. It's like, yeah, all right, getting shit done. So yeah, if you have not tried it, I highly recommend it. And it's kind of surprising. Like I was saying, Wisconsin, I guess, just had it looped in with a bunch of other chemicals in the legislation. And in this video that the link is shared, they actually mentioned that. They're like, well, we look back and it's like, we actually didn't explicitly say anything about Kratom. But because the chemical's in there, whoops. Yeah, I guess it's legal now. So, anyways, that is Kratom. Let's see, where are we going to next? My outline. What's sexy time? Moving on to Teddy, Disney Plus.
Okay,
Oh,
so
sexy time.
as Mystic so eloquently put it last night on Xbox, I have become a sheep. I downloaded Disney Plus. It's awesome and scary how much shit Disney owns.
Mhm.
The content's great. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff on there. I put it on my son's tablet tonight. For him, his little kid thing is awesome. He loves it. The Mandalorian is great. I found a show. I'm a real big Jeff Goldblum fan, and they have National Geographic on
Oh
the
yeah, that's
thing.
right. I saw that they own National Geographic.
Yeah. And so there's a show called it's like a life through Jeff Goldblum, according to Jeff Goldblum, or whatever. And he goes out and the first thing he does is sneakers, about why the sneaker culture is like it is. It's pretty funny. Yeah, if you like it, check it out. It's only $7.99. I've only got 2 streaming services. I got Hulu and I have this. So I mean,
You on Netflix?
no, I don't have Netflix. No.
I didn't know it.
I mean, I imagine if you have kids,
Well, I have my
fucking
girlfriend's Netflix.
clutch,
I don't pay for it.
You know.
Yeah, I dropped Netflix a long time ago.
Um,
But even for me, I mean, they have all the old Darkwing Ducks on there. The old Tailspins,
that's
like
cool.
all the. I mean, they
Now,
have a
did you
lot of
have-
old stuff on there. Go ahead.
Do you
sorry.
have any of the issues that was in the news? You know, people are like, "Oh, fuck's not working." Oh, boo.
Well, it did it to myself on my son's tablet tonight. It wouldn't let me log in for a little bit. I just left it alone. On my tablet, I got it when I came on the other day.
Like,
It had
Aired out. a little bit.
it can't. It's like I said, couldn't get on, but it had the stuff at the bottom. So I just clicked on it and it let me right in. So I was like, okay, well. But it's awesome. The little Pixar shorts, I love those before the movies, and I haven't seen a lot of them. And I'm watching it with my son, and I'm sitting there like some of these shorts are so awesome and sweet. It's fucking awesome.
I
Check
keep
it out.
forgetting someone. I don't know if it's still valid, but I guess if you have Verizon, somewhere on the like if you go to the website, there's a link that you can. If you're a Verizon customer, you can get a year of Disney Plus for free.
What?
Yep.
Well, they
and
also
then
have
it will just get rolled into your Verizon bill.
Hmm.
Like it'll be a part of your Verizon package.
Yeah, that's how they're gonna have to. They're gonna start
That's right.
doing that with all this
DuckTales,
shit.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have a bundle. Like I think my Hulu's like $11. I think I paid for like $12 for the Hulu anyway for commercial free. But they have a $12 bundle for Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
I should.
So I don't even give a shit about
with
fucking
ads.
ESPN Plus, but I was thinking about getting it.
Hulu
the
with
X-Men
ads is what, $6?
Yeah, Travis must have it because the X-Men cartoons are awesome.
Oh, that's
I
right. They
know-
own Fox now.
They own Fox, and Marvel.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
know
a
everything,
shit
dude.
ton of. It's amazing the content that's on there.
Hmm.
That when it came out with it is so much shit. on
Well,
there.
yeah, you know, years
and you can download. I wish Hulu.
years ago they saw that it was going to be
It's awesome.
content was going to be what the trope, you know, like made you money was preying on a nostalgia,
Mm.
and so
Mhm.
Yeah,
buying.
the Mandalorian was awesome. I'm waiting to see. I can't wait for the next episode. Like I'm
Now, is
really
that
happy. So,
one where they're pacing out the release.
yeah, that one. The Jeff Goldblum is the same way. I'm usually not a big fan of Star Wars stuff that has nothing to do with Jedi or lightsabers and shit. But this show. I mean,
So wait,
Is
Star
there a
Wars stuff,
Star
but
Wars
there's no-
thing that doesn't?
Wait, the Mandalorian, right? That's a
Right.
special.
Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
Rogue One wasn't like Rogue One had nothing really to do about the Jedi and Sith. It was just about shit, like things
Oh.
like that.
because it's
Uh,
a side story.
It was like a side story. Yeah, like Solo. I
up
never
to Teddy's.
never wanted to
Solo
see
never
Solo.
really had shit either.
Yeah, I didn't really want to see Solo because it wasn't having to deal with the whole Sith
That was
Jedi
a great
thing.
movie though. I don't
mean,
know why
I'll-
people hated on it.
I'll check it out.
Fanboy
It's,
fucks.
Travis said he just checked into the Verizon thing. You have to sign up for some bullshit service. Lame. I thought it was just kind of one of those like, well, if you sign up for Disney Plus, we'll give you a year for free, and then we'll roll it into your fucking bill. Of course, it's never that easy.
Mhm.
Sons of bitches. All right. Moving on. Keep forgetting my outlines over here. Mystic. Wait, no. Oracle. Trading action.
Trading action this weekend.
The stock market?
Yeah, no. Much more important than the stock market. This past weekend was the Power Up Rewards weekend at GameStop.
Yep.
And they had a trading deal where if you traded any physical discs into them, they would add $5 to each disc.
Wow.
Yeah. So I traded my shit in, traded my original Xbox One.
So how many discs did you get $5 for?
I think probably like 12. And they even took shit that was like bundled with like my VR and stuff. I was able to trade those in, which I was surprised because those didn't even have SKUs on the back. So they took that. They took my original Xbox, which I bought off of eBay. When I
as long as it works, so bright.
Yeah,
your original Xbox One.
Yeah, my original Xbox One, one controller, a cheap headset. And they gave me $327 for all that shit. So then I traded up for a pre-owned Xbox One X, and let me tell you, that thing is
awesome, isn't
nice.
It?
That is
it's
a
awesome,
nice system. It is.
Yeah, mine's fucking old. I should probably.
Yeah.
I mean, just the UI over the PlayStation 4. I mean, the PlayStation 4 Pro is an awesome system, but the UI is kind of annoying, and they've had the same UI for years. They've never changed it.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the Xbox. I was up and running. I basically just logged in and I just downloaded my games again.
And that was it.
I mean, the transition was super smooth. And just running my stuff, like playing Outer Worlds, I've been playing that. The level of detail difference is fucking insane. Like how
on the 4K.
Yeah, on the 4K. And it runs at 60 frames per second. Things like Rocket League is just nice and smooth. It's fucking nice. Yeah. They did it right. 4K? What's that?
For non 4K games, it boosts it up to like a somewhat 4K HDR kind of deal.
Yeah.
So that it no matter what you put in there.
Yeah. It's seamless about it too. Like honestly, it just fucking does it. Like you don't have to worry about it. And the form factor of the system is it's a lot smaller. And actually with the original Xbox One, it has like the huge fucking power block with the cord. It doesn't have that. It just has a cord, and all that's internal in the system.
It's amazing how, with time they can just take the technology and make it better.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it's nice, man.
Sexy.
I mean, I wouldn't have done it if I was really on the fence. I've been kind of for the past year.
How much are they retail? How much would that be retail? Brand new.
If you bought a brand new one, I think you could probably find one for $350.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
but yours used was what, $299?
You got yours for free, basically.
Yeah, I got it for free.
Yours used then?
Because I got it for free. It was like, well, I don't need a new one, and the new systems are coming out next year.
Next year, yeah. So yeah,
Right. So I wouldn't have paid money for this. The only reason why I did this is because I could trade.
So next gen is coming out next year.
Yeah, next gen is coming out in November.
By next Christmas.
Shit.
Yeah.
What they have a name out for the new Xbox?
So it is Scarlet,
PS5 and Scarlet.
PS5. And the systems, they have solid state hard drives, which is nice. But I don't know.
Unnecessary.
Well, no, it's necessary, but it's like, dude, anybody that's PC gaming, they're already using solid state drives. So don't fucking tell me like solid state is like some fucking amazing technology. Because it isn't. It's been around.
Right.
And then the graphics, they say that both of them are capable of ray tracing, which is kind of the new high-end PC thing that uses real-world lighting. And when you watch a video, if you look up ray tracing gaming videos, you see it's a big difference. It's like, whoa, it just makes everything so much more realistic because the light is actually interacting in a real way with the world. Because in video games,
not real.
normally they bake that shit into video games where it's simulated. It's not actually real time doing it. Whereas with ray tracing, it actually.
So is it just like an extra layer of I don't know, I guess graphic processing of what's already there in the game?
Yeah, it's pretty intensive. Even like the high end cards, you got to get a really a $700 graphics card in order to get good ray tracing on a PC right now. So the new consoles,
that big fucking bastard I have do it.
If you got a fucking your card can't
1070?
do it. No, you need to get a 2070 or 2080.
Are they up to those now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
20. Jesus Christ.
They were up to those when you bought yours.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Were they?
They already had that shit. They just didn't release it.
Right.
I thought
you know what I mean?
I bought the 1070 when they were at the 1080.
I'm just saying, no, what I'm saying is they're developing fucking shit 4 times as advanced as what they have. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's not like they release it and then go, all right, let's start on the next one.
Yeah.
No, that shit's been in development for fucking 5 years.
It's going to be interesting, though, when those systems come out because Microsoft and Sony are really kind of really hit. So Microsoft got their asses kicked for the launch of the Xbox One X. It was a terrible launch for them because they branded it as like not a gaming machine, as a multimedia thing. Fucking people freaked out about it. It just wasn't presented.
People freaked out about it always being online.
Right. And that's what things ended up being.
Now everything we own is always online.
So, but the way they presented it was fucking terrible, and Sony, carried it away. Well, Xbox has been making huge progress over the past few years, with big things like Game Pass, and they've just been a lot more responsive. So it should be interesting when these consoles come out because they're going to have to diverge. They're in a way, I don't know. They're going to have to do something.
They're making them both. From what I understand, they're breaking them both up to be able to play disc, but mainly be a stream box. Because they're saying there's a version. They're talking about there's going to be a smaller version of the PS4 or PS5 that has no disc drive.
Is that going to be that where they like a cheaper model externally?
Yeah. It's like
right.
In the
Xbox
cloud.
One X has that already.
Yeah. Well, the Xbox One X has Game Pass, but the PlayStation actually allows you.
You can buy. Hey Rod, his new Xbox doesn't have a disc drive, and it was like $60 cheaper or something.
Yeah,
shit.
That's right. They released that, and actually they have the streaming service too, like the.
Is there a way to convert your disc games since you have to download them anyways? It's like you only have to put the disc in just to, like, play it, but the whole game is still stored on the hard drive.
Yeah.
Is there a way to get those where you can just like move your into your library digitally completely if you go the route without the disc drive?
I think Xbox you can. Teddy, have you ever had to do that?
Do what now?
Where you have a disc copy where you are able to just convert that to a digital copy for your library.
No, if you could do that somebody would have found a way to keep that disc on there without you having to use it anymore. That's why I don't buy discs anymore unless you want to collect them.
Well,
right.
Because if you don't buy discs anymore.
Once you buy that disc, the only way to prove you have that game is if you have that disc. If you don't have that disc, you can't play that game.
That's true.
And once you download it onto your system, that disc is mainly like you're mainly like back in the 90s where you're just putting the game in and boot it up.
I just can't take it out while you're looking at for the used game section, and it's like a game I wouldn't pay full price for and try it out. But you're right though. With time now, it's like nobody fucking buys them new anyways in discs. It's grandmas and grandpas that do. Here's that new game, Jimmy.
They get you like fucking Farm Simulator. Or
yeah, right.
Shit.
Yeah, right.
Why there's 10 million copies of fucking.
I know a 40-year-old man that plays Farm Simulator. I don't get that game. Goat Simulator. I don't get that shit either. All these simulators coming out. Some shit does not need to be simulated.
Simulator is at least funny and amusing,
right.
But like, why would I want to go farm shit? That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. Right.
So like factory worker. So I guess so. Papers.
Maybe
please.
if you live in maybe if you live in a
simulation, some
high-rise
mundane
communist apartment, in China, it's like the idea of running a full farm.
I guess.
Breathing clean air.
Yeah, right.
Man,
Yes.
I guess that's whatever, man. They.
All right, moving on. Mystic Glass.
We're only on to me. Did
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna move along.
Gotta get going here. So the movie Glass is the third installment in the trilogy of M. Night Shyamalan's making. It's Unbreakable was the first one with fucking Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. Then Split was the second one with James McAvoy, and then Glass is the culmination of those movies. It wasn't what I expected. It starts off really being like a psychological kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the movie almost has you believing that these people aren't
Yeah.
fucking superheroes, and then shit just blows up, which is cool. But the twist at the end, and M. Night Shyamalan is good with them twists. I don't know why people hate on this dude so much. He's a great filmmaker, I think, and I thought it was a great movie, man. That fucking end.
Dude, the McAvoy guy having to switch between those fucking things,
James
those
McAvoy's
personalities.
incredible fucking.
Yeah.
Actor. I'm just throwing that out.
Yeah. You're having to switch on a fucking dime, all those fucking personalities.
Well, even just fucking the whole time that he was the Beast. Like he was like an ape, but he was still like that dude was fucking
running around, fucking ripped as hell. Look at his arms.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great story. I suggest going back and watching Unbreakable, Split. Like if you just want to fucking fly through the trilogy, it's a great. It holds you in its diegesis, its world.
Diegesis, look at that.
Front to back.
I gotta have to Google some shit.
Shit, sounds like a fucking dietary problem. I have diegesis.
I got some severe diegesis, man.
I can't eat that.
My bones break.
Right on.
Anyway, yeah, check it out.
But you have
Cool.
extraordinary IQ.
Let's keep her moving on to me. What's sexy? Back in the My Light saddle again. Keep it short and sweet. It's just nice to not be doing weddings on the weekends so that I can get the old factory revved up. Got 700 lighters in the docket. Spent my about 14 hours on Saturday.
Wow.
Making lighters. I mean, there's a number of hours of that is also like setting up the whole, like have to fucking move half my countertop stuff around, getting everything set up, the water pump for the saturation process, all that. And that's kind of why it's like, if I've got it's not something I can just, I'll do it for, just an hour here. No, it's like, it's got to be set up and in the, and ready for the whole process. So when wedding season's done, I can actually do it. So, all right, gonna move on to Fuck What You Think. Mystic, blank.
Blank, dude. I don't even know that I have a Fuck What You Think this week. I'm not. I've been chill. I've been chill all week.
Trump. He's a fucking hippie now.
He must have had some kratom.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's all about peace, love.
I just let the world fucking burn. I just don't care.
Nihilism.
Anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally nihilistic. I just don't. Fuck everybody. It's more of my Fuck What You Think is everybody. Let's just say that.
All right.
Fuck everybody and everything. Next.
There are a lot of things that need to be fucking. Next is me, Ashtray. The economy impeachment timing. Yeah. I can only imagine that it's highly unlikely that the impeachment will happen and see itself out before the economy like really gets into a crisis, because the amount the Fed right now is pumping into that short-term borrowing. I think I had that as a fuck what you think week or two ago.
Oh, you've talked about this many times.
Yeah,
yes.
that short-term lending where the Fed is having to literally dump in billions of dollars per day, like 1 point some billion, just whoosh, shoveling money in to keep so that these, the large banks and lenders have the liquidity. And that's where these crises come in, is when liquidity seizes up. And then fucking people can't get their money and people get laid off. Businesses all of a sudden can't pay their employees. Anyways, I just have this feeling that if the economy starts going south, Trump is going to just blame it on the impeachment. And they'll, his people will totally believe that, rather than the actual, underlying facts of what's going on with the economy right now. This fucking bull market has been running way too long. Anyways, I think it's highly unlikely, even if, say, it goes to impeachment and the Senate, because Mitch McConnell's in there, and he'll just fucking put his little turtleneck in the way. And
oh man, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, you think?
I think
he's gonna go all the way down?
Because here's what I think: the elections that just happened and how they turned for the Democrats in those states that were and are historically Republican.
Yeah,
I think Mitch McConnell, he's at an 18% approval rating in Kentucky right now.
Oh,
he's scared. And if it comes down to him getting reelected and Trump taking a fucking fall, Trump's taking the fucking fall.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be like
what I'm saying?
Lord of the Flies. They're gonna
Exactly. Exactly.
But if his constituency doesn't want Trump to take the fall, like, I think there's still got to...
You don't give a fuck. He wants to get... You know what I'm saying?
No, he does. He will give a fuck because he won't get reelected if his people...
they'll still vote
his constituents.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Anyways, I just have this feeling that
I don't know.
It's highly unlikely.
You're probably right. Yeah.
I just think it's highly unlikely the impeachment scenario is going to finish itself up. Say it finishes up and it's like, oh well, we couldn't. The Senate wouldn't kick him out, just like it did for Clinton. And then now we got to move on. I highly doubt it'll be wrapped up to where then the economy all of a sudden starts to fail. He's gonna use that as his fucking excuse.
Of course he is, man. If it isn't that, it's gonna be something else.
Sons of bitches.
He'll manufacture a fucking war, something.
Yeah.
No, we're looking at end times right now, gentlemen.
It is.
Keep that in mind.
We are not.
Although someone told me
the eternal optimist.
We live in
the only dude who was in the military is the optimist in this fucking room. That's a fucked up room right there.
Someone told me the saying "May you live in interesting times" is actually like like a Chinese hex or something. It's like
right, yeah.
I'm sure they just,
what did we ever do to you?
Yeah,
we do live in interesting times.
But if you think about it, if you think about what we're in right now in the context of just even the United States and tumultuous times, the government's actually holding up pretty well for what the fuck is going on. So I think we're actually weathering this pretty well. I am interested to see when we have these fucking robot things that I keep on seeing online shooting guns.
Yeah, right. Oh shit.
When you watch the documentaries about what was going on during the Vietnam War in the 60s, and some of those riots in Detroit and stuff like that, it's like, okay, because heck, even here in Madison, there was like weekly fire bombings downtown.
Right. Yeah. Imagine if that was happening now.
Yeah, right? People would not stand for it today. Oh my God. And it's like, oh my God. End times. We'll be all right, I think.
Anymore, so.
Anyways, moving on. Teddy, talking politics.
All right, so I work in what's considered a pretty affluent area of Nashville, and a lot of these people, we didn't have the same backgrounds, and I don't.
It's the what do you call it, gentrified area?
Well, no, it's not gentrified. It's just rich white folks.
Ah.
They got old money in Tennessee.
Oh,
There's
it's
always
old money.
rich.
I see.
Yeah, it's Nashville.
Old
right?
money neighborhood.
It's been like that. But they come in like this Kaepernick thing is in the news about him getting a workout with these teams, and a lot of these guys are businessmen, and they come in and they want to talk about it. And they so what's your opinion on it, buddy? I'm like, I don't talk about stuff like that with guests and because with customers. So it's I'm like we didn't have the same background. We think differently. And like so many strong issues, or they want to talk about Trump or something. I'm like, or the impeachment thing is going on, and I'm like,
really?
buddy, I'm
at. To you about that?
I mean, yeah, because a lot of times because we were shorthanded.
Dick move.
Yeah, we were shorthanded, so I was like day manager and bartender at the same time. So I was behind the bar with these guys, and they just want to. And I'm like, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? What you doing this weekend?
That's kind of like a dick power fucking thing because they know that you are there and you kind of have to somehow
talk along,
right?
Just put up a sign that says no politicking.
Right.
Politicking.
No politicking or I'll kick you in the dickin'.
Right. And then they will be like, well, I ain't talking politics, I'm just talking about the football, what you think about that?
I ain't here to talk about politics, you dumb crackers.
Yeah. Happy? You want to press the flesh?
Well.
But like, what kind of a fucking dumb question is that? You're asking a black dude what he thinks about fucking...
Yeah, about Colin Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
Black dudes fucking standing up for black dudes.
Right.
Yeah, I like him. Cool.
Colin's is that guy. Even that big a... honestly, I saw that and I'm just kind of like...
Responding, you're asking a black man.
Really, it's one of the things I hear a lot is that he should just shut up and play football. It's just football. He said, do that stuff off the field. You know what I'm saying? That's not the place to do it, is what I hear a lot.
Yeah, right.
I'm like...
Yeah, but if J.J. Watt goes out and fucking salutes the flag,
right?
Fucking Twitter blows up.
Tim Tebow does his fucking prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has a problem. The only problem was he sucked. Otherwise, he'd still be doing it.
You wouldn't believe how many Christians thought that God took some time out of his day to help Tim Tebow.
Didn't help him enough.
Have the Broncos win.
Where's your God now? All right, moving on.
I don't like talking politics.
The Oracle, busted controllers.
Busted controllers. So my previously mentioned pre-owned Xbox One X came with a pre-owned controller, and I go to use it, and I'm like, what the fuck? The A only works like 9 out of 10 times. All right, this isn't good. So I take it back, and I trade it in, and I pick this one up, which is the same thing, except it's blue. And I'm playing Outer Worlds tonight, and I go to fucking open my inventory, and the goddamn button for the inventory doesn't work at all.
On the new controller?
On the brand new controller.
Dude, get you one of these, man.
Dude, what's that?
That's the Elite controller, yeah.
How much does an Elite go for?
Right now, I think like $100 now.
Damn.
Maybe like 120.
Okay.
But
Jesus Christ.
They redid them. They're durable. You can put you got 4 paddles you can put on the back. Interchange. Are
they made by Microsoft?
Yeah, they're made by Microsoft. You have a couple of slots. You have a couple of the analog sticks that you can pull off. One's longer and has like a little thing. And I like using this for fight sticks. It's like a circle, but it's the directional pad, but it's like a little octagon circle.
Yeah.
And it's all magnetic. You can set up. You can remap any button to anything. The only thing I don't like about it is you can't remap the sticks. You can choose the pressure of the. You can choose the pressure of the the triggers. It's really customizable.
So how do you change? Like, if you want to change the pressure, is there like a screw that you turn on there or something?
No, it's all in the console
really?
Software.
Damn,
yeah. Once you register with it, you go into devices and accessories. Right, if on your Xbox you go to any devices and accessories, it registers everything you have hooked up.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff you can go in and mess with. And this is how you go.
Change like the fucking tension and shit through that, huh?
Well, it's not the tension, is where it registers what you're doing with it.
Oh.
Or like how quickly.
I see.
Yeah, so like, yeah.
Got it.
So like, you want to barely have it set to you barely tap it in and shoot, you can do that. Or
You want a hair trigger? It'll give you a hair trigger.
yeah, it'll give you a hair trigger. You can do the same thing with the analog sticks.
Yeah, maybe just your sensitivity's fucked up on that button.
I do hear that they're good for racing games for that aspect, though, because you can change how hard or soft you want your throttle or where you want it to go in. Your brakes too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could definitely.
You can map any button to anything. It's awesome. You can make your start button the A button. It's fucking. You can map any button to anything.
Shit. I mean, I keep on upgrading my controllers. I'm gonna have like a fucking huge mech warrior
suitcase full of controllers.
Yeah, right. Buy this. It's an Iron Man suit.
Shit.
Yeah, I've got about 95 customizations.
That's built-in catheter. Don't worry.
You're right. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Hours of fun.
I smell a commercial script.
There you go.
Yeah, right. The GameStop Iron Man suit. Okay. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Dover, Delaware.
Dover.
That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday night, maybe Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation. Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're going to be doing Tuesday next week.
Yeah, right.
Next Tuesday.
So we're not.
You don't know that yet, but yeah, we're doing that.
Anyways. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. You can twiddle us, but nobody's listening. And Teddy has an Instagram. Oh, you've been tweeting?
I've been tweeting. I tweeted some Black Power shit. Y'all don't have Twitter.
You can tweet us at
Report.
Red
Put on a list, man.
At @Red_Report. Look for that. Like us, share us, fuck us. We're down for whatever. I am the Ashtray.
I'm Oracle.
I want to go last. I missed it.
And I'm Teddy.
Oh yeah. And
Teddy, you should have made it more epic waiting that long for a stand-up.
Well, I was gonna say the black man is apparently in charge of social media, so watch out, white folks.
Hey, you can buy T-shirts, tank tops, and pop sockets on our website. Go to
merch.
the Reddit. Yeah, we've
What
got
about
merch.
hoodies? Can we do hoodies yet?
Merch. Yeah, no, I think I can make hoodies as well as an option.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I think I just gotta go in there and fucking start a new product or whatever. But yeah, check it out on the website. Get your own fliff.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. All right, fuck off. I'm going to sleep.